We inhabit an important historical juncture, a moment where the clamorous voices of authoritarianism turn rivals into nemeses, threaten the sanctity of the ballot box, and conflate fact with fiction. These acrimonious voices discredit the very notion of truth. Authoritarian leaders prophesy a democracy in ruins. They envision a society where the adversaries are silenced or even disappeared. And they labor tirelessly to build a world where the legitimacy of the leader is without dispute. We might think of the events of January the 6th in Washington, D.C. But I am interested in addressing the problem of authoritarian regimes by looking at colonial Havana rather than the United States in the early 21st century. We must reassess former slave societies in order to properly comprehend the rise of authoritarian regimes across the globe. Slave societies are not a relic of a bygone barbaric past. Slave societies are archaic authoritarian regimes that require little to no subterfuge to legitimate their exercise of power. They make no pretense to the universal individual rights so often acclaimed in liberal democratic societies, yet unattainable to their most vulnerable citizens. Slave societies die, but they do not decompose. And I'm thinking of the United States in 1865. I'm thinking of Cuba in 1886 and Brazil in 1888, the last three nations in the Western Hemisphere to abolish slavery. Former slave societies forsake one framework of legitimacy for another. They substitute one technology of power for another, but the same articles of faith endure: a belief in racial hierarchy, the doctrine of white supremacy, and an unquenchable thirst for an exploitable and disposable labor force. In slave societies, silence is a staple of the rhetorical diet. Discourse is regarded as the privilege of a precious few. Social positions within slave societies are divinely ordained and are therefore justly deserved.